yourself, you motherfucker. Don't you.
No, you up. Just on tape so I can tell, so it can be all good.
Get out of here.
Viva, viva, Intifada!
Yo, keep going.
Psychotic maniac.
Who? Oh, now you're emboldened now that you're with the mob, eh? David Menzies for Rebel News here at the University of Toronto. And folks, I got to tell you, I am here outside what used to be the filthy tent city that goes by several names: Little Gaza, the Palestinian Martyrs Circle of Toronto, and so forth. And in less than an hour, these people are supposed to vacate the premises. The University of Toronto was indeed successful in getting an injunction to clear the premises. And folks, I have to tell you, I am somewhat surprised. The deadline is not even here, and the tents have come down, the signage has come down. Right now, what remains of the encampment that was on the other side of the fence until just a couple of hours ago, they're just marching around and around King College Circle. Like I said, the 6 p.m. deadline to vamoose is less than 1 hour away, and I'm unclear if the injunction is just to get them off the lawns or off the university property. I guess we're going to find out when 6 o'clock comes. But it looks like, for all intents and purposes, this is the last stand. They are clearly on the way out. And we're going to be here to find out what happens. I see a lovely Palestinian flag behind me. You know what? There's a huge gay pride flag down there. Let me ask this fellow. Hey, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Jews against Israeli crimes. What's that about, sir? Like you. What's that?
Yeah, those are good Jews, not like you, piece of
Oh, are you a Jew, sir?
Yeah, I'm Jew.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay, then.
Yeah.
All right, then. So can you articulate your point?
Articulate my point?
Yeah.
What's the point? So you're running around all the time, like making yourself like you're somebody. You're an idiot. You're a nobody.
In what way am I an idiot, sir?
In every way. In every way.
Okay,
Just a piece of
All right, then. Well, I don't see the need for profanity, but you approached us, sir. So, what does that sign mean? Jews against Israeli crimes.
know what it means. You're a real idiot.
Okay, then. So you authored that sign, but you don't know what it means, sir. Why are you wearing a mask? I thought we're out of the COVID mandate.
Palestine. Well, I didn't understand why everyone's wearing masks up in here. Like, I thought they wanted to get their message out.
I thought we're more than
two.
I thought they're more than 2 years away from the mask mandate.
Guys, I know this. Rob the liquor store. They don't want no one to know what I want.
Sir, really? Are you really Jewish?
Why don't you yourself, you motherfucker? Don't you try to tell me I'm not Jewish.
I'm asking you.
What the are you?
Are you?
Oh, wait.
Are you? You've never answered yet.
Free Palestine.
So how does it feel, kids, that the gig is up? You've had a long, hot, sweaty summer of chanting genocide, but it's almost 6 o'clock. How does that make you feel that it's back to the parents? Nobody can articulate themselves, it seems, at least not without profanity. You've got less than an hour, according to the injunction, to be here. Are you going to leave peacefully or make a last stand?
Make a last stand for my Lord Jesus Christ, yes.
Okay, then. So, geez, this encampment was about the Lord Jesus Christ?
Encampment? What was, say that word again?
I said this whole encampment for the last 2 months plus was about standing up for the Lord Jesus Christ?
Was it? I don't know that it was. I believe it was about pro-Israel. Or, excuse me.
Pro-Israel?
Pro-Palestine. Sorry, I slipped the word there.
All right, then.
Okay. Do something to me. I'll you up. Just on tape so I can tell, so it can be all good. I'll say no charges will be laid.
All I have to say is Allahu Akbar.
Is that all you have to say?
Akbar. Yes. Allahu Akbar.
That's all you have to say.
Goodbye, losers.
Hi, sir. I was just noticing your flag. What does it mean?
It represents a 400-plus year agreement between the Crown and the Haudenosaunee Confederacy.
Oh, okay then. I have never seen that flag before.
Yeah, I was here the last time you talked to me.
Oh, okay. Oh, hi, ma'am. I was just reading your T-shirt. Jews say no to genocide. What does that mean exactly?
I think it's self-explanatory.
Okay. Are you talking about the events of October 7th, ma'am? You don't have to turn your back on me. You already have a face diaper on, so your identity is already hidden. I'm interviewing a tablecloth. Well, folks, we're about a half hour away from the 6 p.m. deadline, and I have to admit, there is some confusion whether the injunction covers all U of T properties or just the lawns of King College Circle. But you know, they're huffing and puffing down towards College Street, and it's kind of perversely odd, isn't it? I mean, one of the nicknames for that filthy tent city was the, I believe it was called the Martyrs Circle for Palestine. I don't see a whole lot of martyring going around here. I think to be a martyr means to die for your cause. And wow, we are quite frankly astonished at how fast they took down those tents. So regardless of the noise behind me, what's that saying again? All bark, no bite.
Despite the university's persistent accusations, despite these baseless accusations and threats from Zionists outside agitators around the clock for the past 63 days, the court found no evidence to support these claims. Justice Conant specifically noted that our statements are, quote, of the nature and intensity that one might expect from student activists, but have never approached violence or hatred.
And you're letting them? Look at this.
Oh, there we go. That's charming.
Hey guys, are you giving out the Communist Revolution newspaper?
I don't talk to fascists, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, who's the fascist, sir?
You are.
Oh, really? Isn't that a hallmark of communist regimes, fascism?
No, that's not the hallmark of communist regimes, you idiot. No.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm an effing idiot. Can you educate me? Because I thought that under Stalin in the Soviet Union, what was it, the death toll maybe over 100 million?
No, I'm not talking to you.
That's a cute hat, though. I like your hat.
Thank you.
Yeah. And your Ray-Bans. There's camouflage.
Yeah.
Can't even see them.
Yeah, it's from my days back in Nam. How do you like that? But tell me, where in the world is there a state that embraces communism that would be considered successful?
Where'd you get the hat?
Oh, the hat is irrelevant, but I'm looking at North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba.
I've been getting bad sunburns, so I might.
Oh, is that right?
I might get one.
You still look pretty pale to me, so I think you're out of the woodwork.
It's getting hotter around here.
Can I have one of those newspapers?
You got $20.
$20?
Yeah, for you.
20?
Price.
Wait a minute, that's not very communist. I mean, why? I thought we're supposed to share the wealth.
Or you give me the hat, I'll give you one.
I think when you're at a demonstration, folks, the type of flags that are flown say a lot about the demonstrators. For example, there are the de rigueur Palestine flags, but there are some other flags too. The public sector unions, CUPE and OPSU, they have their flags here. I don't know why. I thought, as a union, aren't you concerned about wages and benefits and pensions and that sort of thing? Well, apparently they weigh in on Mideast conflicts these days. There are also some communist flags proving that really what this is all about is not just the Islamists, but the Marxists coming together in an unholy alliance. But I'll tell you one flag I do not see, even though I am in Toronto, Ontario, in the Great Dominion of Canada, and you're right, not a single maple leaf. But then again, for the crowd here, I'm sure we're a racist, colonist, imperialist nation, so there's no sense to fly that flag, is there now?
Leave us alone! Okay? Leave us the f*** alone!
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna stand.
Why are you heads attacking us?
You're the shit.
Move along!
Smiling? I don't want to talk to you. I do not want to talk to you.
This is your property, sir? We're just observing.
Guys are disgusting. Disgusting.
Well, pro-Hamas and members of the mainstream media, and they don't see eye to eye? That's kind of odd, isn't it? Well, folks, we do have some clarity about the injunction. It is very specific. It only covers the quad. In other words, the lawns around King's College Circle. It does not cover this common area. So since all of these demonstrators have removed themselves from the quad, I guess that's it. That's the end game. There's no reason for the U of T administration to call in the police, because technically, by being on this common area, they are off the grass, thankfully, and boy, that grass needs a lot of repairs. But the question arises, is this over? They salvaged all their infrastructure, namely the tents, and does this mean that they now go to another university or another park in Toronto and, set the camp up again?
I'm glad that it's peaceful, and I'm glad that they left. But, I think the only way that we get to peace is through dialogue and finding our commonalities.
It is absolutely stunning to me, sir, that they actually capitulated within hours of the 6 p.m. deadline. We're almost there, 15 minutes to go. I really thought they were cruising for a bruising, to advance the narrative of victimhood, look at the mean police coming in and taking it down. But I don't know, for an encampment that embraced the nickname Martyr Circle, not a whole lot of martyring going around here today.
No, and maybe that's our Canadian nature. But, I'm glad that there was no violence in the end.
Then.
But I'm also glad that they're gone. I'm a student here, and this made me feel very uncomfortable, and I tried to get into the encampment a couple times wearing a shirt like this, just saying, let's talk, and for me to be told, and they said to me, well, do you like Israel? And I said, well, I'm Jewish. Of course I have a connection to Israel.
I think they have their moment in the spotlight finally to protest, so good for them. Now they go back to being normal students. And they decolonized their Martyr Square.
Officer Chang, are you going to trespass anyone today? How are you, Mr. Menzies? Are you going to trespass anyone, sir?
Obey your oath, officer. Obey your oath.
Israel, I don't know.
Listen, if I'm on the other arrest, get your hands off. Okay, then I'll put your phone down. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for refusing to leave, okay? Refusing to leave the wagon, Mr. Menzies.
Can you please tell me what the rules are for trespass since you arrested me at Nathan Phillips Square?
So it's a public square,
yes,
but it has it's a private property, so it has trespass authority. And stop harassing me, I got a job to do.
How about it?
All the Zionists are racist. All the Zionists are racist.
Sir, why are you wearing a mask? I thought the mandates were over.
chain. It's not necessary.
That's not very ladylike.
Out of here.
Can't you articulate yourself a little better than that?
Eat grass, mother.
We're on St. George Avenue.
Out of here, mother.
We're on the King's Highway.
Psychotic maniac.
Who? Oh, now you're emboldened now that you're with the mob, eh?
Bro, you got me, bro. Zionist maniac.
The Zionism is terrorism. The Zionism is terrorism.
Why do you say that, sir?
Killer, support this killer. 15,000 kisses.
Pardon me? I'm just standing here. I'm being mobbed. Can I leave, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I'm not even Jewish.
Let's create a path, please.
Thank you. All right. Can't tell the players about our program.
Let's take a couple steps back.
All right. Ephraim, where do we go?
A couple steps back.
Long live Intifada! Long live Intifada! Viva, viva l'Intifada! Viva, viva l'Intifada! Viva, viva Palestina! 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 Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva
Well, folks, you saw what happened on St. George. A bunch of rebel staffers were swarmed. I can say none of us got seriously hurt, but can't say the same when it comes to Jeff. You were physically assaulted, and you were telling me off camera you saw what was going on, and you were trying to be a good Samaritan. Do I have that correct?
Essentially, I saw Harrison Faulkner, the reporter, and the crowd closed in on him and began cloaking him in flags so he couldn't get out. And then someone came at him with an umbrella and started attacking his cameraman, and he was forced to flee back. And at that moment, the umbrella came towards me. I got thrust with the umbrella. Then there was a punch with the umbrella from behind, and then I had my phone out, and the guy who was hitting us with the umbrella tried to pull my phone out of my hands, and I backed up, and they were just chanting for me to go home.
So, folks, the 6 p.m. deadline came and went about 40 minutes ago, and as for Little Gaza, well, it ended not with a bang, but with a whimper. It was completely shocking to me. We've come down here for weeks. There's a lot of angry people here. It seemed to me they were gearing up for the ultimate confrontation with law enforcement to advance their narrative of victimhood, and yet, lo and behold, when served with the injunction papers and the 6 p.m. deadline, they actually abided, actually a few hours before the deadline. I'm absolutely shocked. For the past 2 months, we saw, thanks to this administration being so woke, so weak, so wimpy, a whole bunch of kabuki theater going through all these extraordinary motions, going to the courts, going to see a judge for an injunction, getting trespass charges written up, and yet all they had to do on day one this camp could have come down. All they had to do, much like the University of Calgary in May and York University in June, is make one 911 call, because this is, at the end of the day, private property. Bring in the police, and this event, if you want to call it that, is over the same day it begins, but they wouldn't do so. Why? Also, the only thing left standing structure-wise is this fence. It's a rental. I've asked several times how much this cost. I don't have an answer to that. I was wondering, sir, what are the rules of who goes in and who goes out? Can we go in? Sir, how about, are we allowed in there, or just to do some camera work? Okay. Can you tell me who's allowed in and who isn't? Okay, who are those people? You don't know? No. Okay. How about you guys? Can anyone tell me what the rules are right now in terms of who gets on the lawns? No. And it's baffling to me that they allowed the fence to stand all these months, because the original idea of erecting the fence was to keep the squatters out. Once they got in, they used the fence to their advantage, laying siege, if you will, to King's College Circle. I have no idea why that was allowed to happen either. The only people getting in past these security guards, I presume, are members of the U of T administration. Nobody's talking. But in the end of the day, thank goodness this eyesore is gone. Thank goodness summer has come to an abrupt end for the campers we have come to know as hobos for Hamas. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Now, folks, have you had it up to here with people on the streets of our cities chanting for genocide openly? Well, we sure have. Please go to our new petition. That's deporthamas.com. Deporthamas.com. The fact of the matter is, a lot of these people aren't even Canadian citizens. They're here on visas. They are international students. If you're going to call for genocide in our great dominion, the time has come to pack your bags and leave.